Disneyland dressing room accessibility just took a huge step forward with DLander. It's the first store at Disneyland Resort to offer an actual dressing room. For disabled guests, shopping at Disneyland has always been magical, but far from easy. Between the tight aisles, unpredictable sizing, and the hassle of returning items, finding the perfect fit often felt impossible. But that all changed the moment I discovered the spacious dressing rooms at DLander, a dream come true for me and so many others who struggle with accessibility while shopping. Let me set the scene. I was browsing through DLander, located at the west end of Disney's downtown district, trying to figure out what size to buy. Thanks to my rare protein losing form of gastroenteropathy, my body keeps dropping weight unpredictably. And unlike weight loss from diet and exercise, this type of loss affects how my body fits into clothing in ways that I can't predict or expect. While sitting there in my wheelchair, I debating whether I should go with the size that I thought maybe I needed, or if I should go down, or, you know. So while I was doing this debating, my eyes landed on something that I never thought I would see in a Disneyland store. I've seen it once in a Disney World store, but never a Disneyland store. What was that? A dressing room. What a relief. So I no longer have to make blind guesses. I don't have to buy multiple sizes. I don't have to go through the annoying process of finding a restroom to awkwardly try on clothing without a full-length mirror or a place where I can set my phone to, take pictures full length. It's impossible. Or, even risking dropping my clothes in the toilet, it can happen. So instead, I got to do what every shopper should be able to do. I mean, every shopper, not just the disabled. I got to try before I buy. And that it made just the world a difference for me. And because of that, I was able to I had to get the lounge set. The top and bottom had to be different sizes because of how I swell from my abdominal issues. And I was able to do that. I would just guessing I would and picking up I would not have been able to see the difference. And the pants I would have made the big mistake of getting the same size as the top and they would have been huge. As it is, the lower size are still big on me, but not oh they'll be fine for a while. I'm not ready to go down another size from there yet. So we'll see. I'm going to enjoy these while I can. Um, yeah, it's just amazing. So, what makes DLander different from the rest of the stores? Well, beyond the excitement of the first ever dressing rooms in a Disneyland Resort store, which again I was told from the employees because I asked if there's any others, even though I know there aren't, but you never know if they're hiding somewhere. So I asked, and no, this is the only store with dressing rooms. It has a few other perks. Number one, they're spacious. The dressing rooms are huge, and there's not just one. There's multiple. I saw for sure there's two. Actually, might be three. I'm not sure on that, but definitely there are at least two. And like I said, they are big. I had plenty of space to move around with my wheelchair and on foot. I could, stand up, walk around it. I could move around it with my wheelchair. I wasn't stumbling over my wheelchair trying to try and close. And the best part is, if you're an ambulatory wheelchair user like I am, you need to know how your clothes look when you're both sitting and standing because it really makes a difference. There are clothes I will no longer ever wear again because they look horrible on me in a wheelchair. There's also things that may look great on in a wheelchair but look awful when I go to stand up. So to be able to try something on and see how it looks on me both while seated in my wheelchair, because it's different than sitting on a stool or something. It's a completely different look. So by sitting in I got to see myself sitting in the wheelchair and standing in it to make sure that I like, not standing in my wheelchair, but standing in the outfit to make sure that I liked how I look both ways. Because that's how people are going to see me. That's real life. I'm not in the wheelchair 100%. I'm not on my feet all the time. They're going to see me in both aspects, and I want to look my best. And this dressing room made that possible. So it's in a great location. It's right outside not the dressing room, but the store. The store is right outside of the store. There's an area with tables and chairs, and it's covered, so there's shade. There's a grassy area where kids can run and roll around. It's perfect if your family wants to take a break while you shop. Unfortunately, though, the accessibility beyond the dressing room, it's still lacking. So there is a wide entrance. The front door is wide enough for wheelchairs and mobility aids, which that's great because there are some, especially in the original, the OG park, that has some tight doors to some of their stores and makes it difficult to enter. However, once you're in that, that's where it kind of ends. Uh, the aisles are too cramped, especially when there's people in there. When there's no one in there, I can get around really well. I still have a hard time turning around the racks. There's still not enough room, and I get my wheelchairs, my wheels get caught quite a bit on those. I take them, they're on rollers, so it's not too bad. They roll with me, but I really would rather not rearrange their store. It's an issue I have with Target as well. I stopped shopping there because I was constantly rearranging their apparel section. Um, so it is difficult to navigate, especially when there's people and when they are uh, when there's a cast member putting merchandise out or cleaning up a rack or something. There's no way for me to go around. So again, the shop itself is very small. If you can catch it, early in the day when less people are there, or I found late at late at night too, people seem to forget about it. But try to, yeah, if you can go in there when there's fewer people, the better. It is very difficult. And that's why I never noticed the dressing rooms before, because I never made it back that far into the store. So if you're looking for it, they're all the way in the back by the Pandora jewelry section. So you have to go past all the Dooney and Burke purses, and then you will find them. And I just asked someone over at the Pandora and uh, counter, and they got a cast member to assist me for the dressing room then. So having the dressing room alone truly makes this a must shop place for me, and I think for others as well. Wondering how this compares to my other Disneyland shopping experiences? Well, before DLander, shopping for clothes at Disneyland Resort, whether it be Downtown Disney, Disneyland, or California Adventure, it's a hassle. I'm not gonna lie, it's a hassle. I do it, but it's a hassle. My only options were to, number one, buy the item without knowing if it would fit. Wait to try it on at home, and then have to deal with a return when I go back and see if they still have it. Or go find a restroom to try it on where you have no mirror or decent space to take a photo of yourself. So if it didn't fit, then I have to return to the store, stand in a line or wait in a line and hope that they still had my size to, exchange it for. Or then or if maybe I didn't like it at all and have to get rid of it. Or buy multiple sizes up front and return what didn't work later. Um, those that's just such a hassle when you're there just to have, it's supposed to be a fun day. This isn't like, okay, you're going to Target or Walmart and you expect to spend time just shopping. I mean, that's what you're doing. You're there to shop. That's it. Yeah, I don't go to Walmart for an experience of having fun with my family. No, I go there to shop. So when I'm shopping for when I go to Disneyland, I'm there to have fun, but I also want to shop, but I don't want it to be I don't want to take away from the the experience that we're having that day. And not having to find a restroom, not having to go back to a store to return or exchange and deal with all of that. It is just so fabulous. And it's energy saving. I waste so much energy having to, do the other. We're now just being able to try it there and exchange, get what fits, not have to pay until I get what fits is perfect. Because of DLand's dressing rooms, I left not only with a cozy lounge outfit that I originally wanted, but also a gorgeous Cinderella shirt that matched my Cinderella mini ears perfectly. This store is proof that small changes in accessibility can make a world of difference. While Disneyland still has a long way to go when it comes to fully accessible shopping, this is a huge win for disabled guests. If you're visiting Disneyland Resort and need to shop for clothes, DLand is the place to go. Have you ever struggled with shopping while using a wheelchair or mobility aid? Let me know your experiences in the comments. And be sure to see the link in my description for more of my Disneyland Resort content. Until next time, Diva out.